This is a question on business roles, that is creative thinking and problem solving. So you are given a scenario that you are given before the requirements of the essay. So in terms of the information that you are given, it reads companies apply creative thinking to solve complex business problems. Managers should be aware of the difference between decision making and problem solving. Businesses tend to benefit from creative thinking. There are several ways in which businesses could use creative thinking to solve problems. So this is the information that we are given. Then on the question part, it reads, write an essay in which you address the following aspects. We've got elaborate on the meaning of creative thinking, outline the differences between decision making and problem solving, discuss the benefits of creative thinking in solving business problems, and then finally suggest ways in which business could use creative thinking to solve business problems. So these are the requirements that we have according to our question, and we've got a total of 40 marks. So remember, this is an essay question, so you're supposed to start with the introduction. So introduction, remember, the best way to come up with the introduction is to define any key terms that you see in the question. So according to our question, you'll see that we have got a creative thinking. We also have problem solving. These are some of the terms that you can opt to define or describe in the introduction. So basically, we are going to start on creative on the introduction, whereby we can define what is a creative thinking. So remember, creative thinking basically is the ability to generate new and original ideas. It can also be new solutions or approaches to problems. So that is creative thinking. So basically, we are saying it involves looking at things from a different perspective, that is thinking outside the box and finding innovative ways to solve challenges. So that is the description that I have in terms of creative thinking. But we have got a description that we have according to this video. In our introduction, as we are saying, creative thinking is the ability to come up with original ideas. Businesses use creative thinking to solve complex problems. So basically, this is going to be typically your introduction. Then moving on to this main part now, we'll move on to the main part whereby the first part requires us to elaborate on the meaning of creative thinking. So we are going also to go and try to see what is the meaning of creative thinking according to our essay. So this is the meaning that we have, whereby saying creative thinking is the ability to think original, varied and innovative ideas. We are now in the main part. And then it focuses on exploring ideas or generating possibilities, looking for many possible solutions. That is thinking in a way that is unconventional and original. So basically, we have now the first part defining what is a creative thinking again. Remember in the introduction, we also defined introduction, but then in terms of the requirements of the main part, we are also supposed to define creative thinking. So this is what we have on this part on the meaning of creative thinking. Then we'll go on to the second part, whereby now it reads outline the difference between decision making and problem solving. So you're going to see that decision making basically is the process of making a judgment, or it can be a process of making a conclusion or a resolution. And that is the act of making up one's mind. So when you are making up your mind, you are making a decision. So it involves firmness of purpose or character. So that is decision making. Then you will see that on the other hand, when you're looking at problem solving now, problem solving requires you to possess analytical skills. So you have to have analytical skills to go through the process of problem solving. Also, you should be a good decision maker, and also you should have innovative solutions. So that is for you to be a good problem solver. So the process of finding solutions to difficult or complex issues. So it is the process of finding solutions to difficult or complex issues. So basically, we are saying in this case, it involves the acting of defining the problem. You have to define the problem. You have to find the root cause of that problem and identify and implement a solution and sustaining results. So basically, this is the description that we have in terms of problem solving. So from that point of view, we can be able now to come up with the differences that can exist between decision making and problem solving. So according to the information that we have presented it in a tabular form, whereby we are saying we have got a column for decision making and problem solving, whereby the difference or the discrepancies that exist between the two are outlined. So in the first part here, it is often done, that is decision making, is often done by one person or senior management that is in a business or in a business point of view. And then we go to problem solving carried out by a group of people. So that is the first discrepancy that we can deduce between the two. Then on the second difference, existing alternative, other decision making, their existing alternative are considered and choosing a best solution to a problem, whereby other problem solving encourage creative thinking since it aims at finding a new to a problem. So further differences we also have between the two that are also correct that we can also include. So this is what we have for this part. Then moving on to the next part, we are saying discuss the benefits of creative thinking in solving business problems. So what are the benefits of creative thinking in solving business problems? So going through again, we would see that we have benefits also as outlined according to this video, whereby we have got benefits creative thinking of creative thinking in the workplace. So these are the benefits that we have outlined, whereby saying creative thinking improves the quality of solutions to business problems. So the quality so you see that we're talking about the quality of solutions, we're talking about effectiveness of the solution that is going to be affected. Then we go to the second part, products and services can be marketed creatively. And on the third point, stimulates profitable new ideas for products or a marketing campaign and public relations. So further benefits we also have that are also correct that we can also include. So this is a rundown in terms of the benefits that we can also include as correct. Then for that part, we move on to the additional part. So this is going to be the additional part, whereby it is suggest ways in which a business could use creative thinking to solve a business problems. So this is now the additional part. So on the additional part now, um, we have now ways in which business can use creative thinking to solve a business problem. So how can business use creative thinking? That is, products and services can be marketed creatively we implement a creative thinking, and then also new products can be designed to meet changing tastes and demands. And then existing products can be adapted creatively to meet changing tastes and demands. So basically, we have got further points that we also have in terms of ways in which businesses can use creative thinking to solve business problems that are also correct. So we have a rundown of those points. Then finally, we are supposed to come up with a conclusion that is at the end of our essay. So remember, we've got many ways that we can come up with uh, uh, in our conclusion. We can come up with a conclusion as a value judgment according to the question that we are looking at. We can come up with the recommendations in our conclusion. So typically, those are some of the options that we can use to come up with our conclusion. So according to this essay, this is a typical conclusion that we have that you can also come up with. So basically, this is what we have, guys, according to this video. Thank you for listening, and we'll meet again in the next video.